There comes a moment in every seeker's path when the air feels different, when the ordinary world begins to shimmer as though a curtain is about to be drawn aside. This is the edge of breakthrough, the place where destiny leans close and whispers. Not everyone finds themselves here, because not everyone has walked the storms, climbed over invisible walls, or endured the silence that others could never bear. If you are standing here now, it is no accident. The portal does not open for the crowd. It opens for the chosen, the rare few who refuse to settle in the comfort zones where the masses sleep. This portal, tied to the energy of Mercury aligned in Virgo, is no random alignment of stars. It is a keyhole in time, a gateway reserved for those who have prepared themselves without even realizing it. At this moment, the air vibrates with precision. Everything sharpens. You begin to notice that something is shifting in ways that words struggle to explain. It is as though the universe itself is arranging the final steps for your ascent. Yet, here lies the warning. Portals are delicate. A single slip can seal it shut before you ever cross the threshold. The mistake most people make is revealing too much, too soon. They speak of victory before it has arrived, unaware that excitement has a way of scattering energy into the wind. Like a candle flame exposed to a storm, one careless breath can extinguish the light you worked so hard to ignite. This is why silence, in this sacred moment, is not merely a virtue, it is protection. Think of this space as a sacred corridor. You are walking toward the door that only opens once. The universe has been watching to see if you are ready, not through loud declarations, but through your discipline. You may feel the fire in your chest, the pulse of destiny quickening. You may want to shout, to announce that the finish line is in sight. But know this, the universe crowns the quiet ones. It rewards those who guard the seed until it is strong enough to bloom. And in this first step of the journey, you are being asked to prove that you can hold your silence, even while the power inside you grows unbearable to contain. You stand now within the corridor of destiny, the pulse of the unseen pressing against your skin. The fire inside you is growing, and with it, the temptation to speak, to share, to announce what is stirring. But this is the very snare that has undone countless souls at the threshold of their victory. For silence is not emptiness. It is armor. It is the cloak that shields the seed before it bursts forth into the world. Consider the game of chess. A master does not declare checkmate before the final move is placed. To do so would give the opponent the advantage, the chance to twist fate in their favor. Life is no different. When you speak too soon, when you unveil what has not yet been sealed, you open the door for resistance to interfere. The wrong ears, the wrong eyes, can shift the energy, can turn your almost into a never. But in silence, your plan remains untouchable, hidden, safe, and gathering power. Do not mistake this silence for passivity. Your aura has already begun to roar. Those around you feel it, some drawn like moths to flame, others unsettled by a glow they cannot explain. Your presence grows louder without a word, and that is the paradox of this portal. While your energy is rising to heights impossible to ignore, your voice must remain still. You do not need to prove yourself. You do not need to explain. The energy itself does the speaking. So guard this silence. Let it be the veil that carries you forward unseen, because the ones destined to recognize your power already see it, and those who cannot see it are not meant to. In this sacred space, silence is not suppression. It is your sharpest weapon, your most unshakable defense, and the key that keeps the crown waiting on the other side of the portal. Silence becomes your shield. But the portal does not stop there. Once you've proven you can guard your energy, Virgo steps forward with its lamp and broom, illuminating every corner you've tried to ignore. At first, this presence may feel uncomfortable, almost irritating. Your room feels cluttered, your routines heavy, your friendships suddenly draining. What once seemed tolerable now feels unbearable. This is not coincidence. It is Virgo's way of showing you what no longer belongs in the world you are about to enter. Understand this clearly. Virgo does not destroy. It reveals. It turns on the light so you can finally see the dust that was always there. It sharpens your vision until the smallest cracks, the tiniest leaks in your energy, are impossible to overlook. The food that slows your body, the conversations that leave you hollow, the habits that seemed harmless but chained your progress, all of them come into focus now. This is the recalibration, the cosmic cleanup, a purification designed to prepare the ground for the blessing. Yes, it feels relentless. Virgo energy does not whisper sweet promises. It demands precision, discipline, and order. But this is not punishment. It is protection. Breakthroughs cannot take root in chaos. The universe refuses to anchor something precious into soil overrun with weeds. That is why discomfort intensifies at this stage. It is proof that the energy is working, that the old is being swept away to make room for the new. Every drawer you clear, every tie you cut, every habit you refine, signals to the universe, I am ready for the upgrade. And once you begin, momentum builds quickly. Lightness replaces heaviness, clarity replaces confusion, and suddenly, the portal recognizes you as one who has made sacred space. Virgo is not here to perfect you. It is here to prepare you, and preparation, though quiet and unseen, is the true foundation of your coming victory. As Virgo clears the path, something subtle yet extraordinary begins to stir within you. Momentum born not of noise, but of silence. You may feel lighter, as though invisible weights have been lifted from your shoulders. This is no illusion. It is the universe responding to your alignment, rewarding every small act of refinement with a surge of unseen power. And while others are busy announcing their half-built plans, you are quietly constructing a foundation that cannot be shaken. Here lies the secret. Silence creates space for momentum to expand unchallenged. When people cannot measure your progress, they underestimate you. And in that underestimation lies your greatest advantage. They believe you have slowed, or worse, given up, while in truth, you are gathering strength in the shadows. By the time they realize what has been unfolding, it will be far too late to interfere. This is why the quiet one is always the most dangerous presence in the room. Not because they shout the loudest, but because they carry nothing to prove and everything to execute. Their moves are invisible until they strike. And when they do, the impact is undeniable. Your silence is not hiding. It is strategy. It is the sacred veil under which your breakthroughs multiply, unseen and untouched by outside eyes. Do not be deceived into thinking that being unannounced means being behind. Quite the opposite. You are not lagging. You are accelerating in a dimension others cannot perceive. Every day of restraint, every moment you choose focus over performance, stacks power within you like kindling awaiting the spark. And when the spark comes, the blaze will astonish even those closest to you. This is the rhythm of quiet momentum, invisible progress, unstoppable force. Let the world misread your silence as absence, for soon, silence itself will transform into a thunderclap the world cannot ignore. Momentum builds quietly, like a river carving its way through stone. And suddenly, you begin to notice the signs, small, almost invisible hints that the portal is responding to your silence. Not every victory arrives with fireworks. Some slip into your life disguised as ordinary moments, carrying the weight of transformation hidden beneath simplicity. A message that seems casual but shifts your path. An invitation that looks small, yet leads to destiny. A door that opens when you thought it was sealed forever. These are the whispers of victory, and they only reveal themselves to those who have chosen to remain still enough to hear them. Do not overlook the subtle. Virgo's gift is in precision, in the details others dismiss. The real magic is not in the grand gesture, but in the alignment of small threads that weave into something unstoppable. The quiet choice to step away from what drains you. The inner realization that a wound no longer controls you. The decision to remain patient when everything in you longs to prove your worth. These are not minor triumphs. They are the foundation of a crown. Remember, silence sharpens your senses. It allows you to hear what noise would drown out. While the masses are busy chasing spectacle, you are entrusted with whispers. And whispers are sacred. They carry truths that roar only once they have fully matured. This is why your silence is powerful. It keeps you attuned to the delicate signals others rush past. In this stage, trust the subtle victories. They may feel small, even invisible to the outside world, but each one is a seed carrying the blueprint of something vast. Stack them, guard them, nurture them, for soon, the accumulation of these quiet wins will surge into the undeniable breakthrough you have been preparing for. And when that moment comes, the world will believe it appeared overnight. Yet you will know it was built in the silence, one whisper at a time. The whispers of victory guide you forward. But as they grow clearer, another force rises to challenge your silence: distraction. The portal does not open without tests, and this one is cunning. Some distractions appear loud: sudden arguments, unexpected gossip, conflicts that flare without reason. Others arrive dressed as concern, even kindness. A critic from your past may suddenly reappear, smiling, offering advice, claiming to want to help. But beneath the surface, their energy is not to lift you, it is to stall you. This is the most dangerous form of interference, the disguised hand. Not every voice that sounds supportive is aligned with your destiny. Some only seek to tether themselves to your momentum, to siphon the energy you have cultivated in silence. They may not even realize it consciously, but the result is the same. Your focus begins to scatter, your clarity dulls, and the crown waiting for you drifts further away. This is why discernment is vital in this stage. The universe is asking, do you trust the whispers within more than the noise without? Understand this. Your silence itself exposes people. Those who cannot bear stillness unravel in its presence. Their restlessness becomes a mirror of their misalignment. Some lash out, some cling, some try to redirect you ever so slightly off course. This is the portal revealing who truly belongs on your path and who does not. Pay attention, for the revelation is not in their words, but in the way their energy responds to your quiet power. Guard yourself here more fiercely than ever. Not every invitation is meant to be accepted. Not every offer of help is genuine. Some seek to claim part of your victory by walking you across the finish line, only to declare they were part of your race. But this journey is not theirs. It is yours alone. And the silence you keep is what protects it. The test is simple yet difficult. Will you remain unmoved by distractions, or will you hand your victory away to voices that were never meant to shape it? If distractions are the test, then silence is the answer. This stage is where most falter, not because they lack vision, not because they lack strength, but because they cannot resist the urge to speak too soon. They mistake momentum for completion, and in their excitement, they break the seal that was holding their blessing together. The energy that was meant to crystallize into victory scatters, and the portal closes before their eyes. The universe does not take away their breakthrough. They give it away with their own voice. Think of it as carrying water in your hands. If you keep your palms cupped and steady, you reach your destination with the water intact. But open your hands to show others what you carry, and it slips through your fingers before you arrive. This is the fragility of victory before it is sealed. Once it is secured, it is undeniable. But until then, silence is the vessel that keeps it safe. Do not mistake this for fear. Silence is not cowardice. It is precision. It is the discipline to hold back until the right moment. Just as a crown is first placed in private before it is revealed to the kingdom, your breakthrough must be protected in secrecy before it is unveiled to the world. Every great harvest matures in hidden soil before rising into the light. Here lies the final lesson. Will you guard the process long enough for it to become unstoppable? Or will you spill it in the name of validation? The universe is not asking you to shrink, but to refine. It is not asking you to deny your power, but to prove that you can carry it wisely. Hold your silence as a vault, not a prison. For when the time comes, your results will speak so loudly that no explanation will ever be necessary. When the final lesson has been embraced, when silence has proven itself as your shield and vessel, the crown begins to descend. Not with trumpets or grand fanfare, but with a stillness that feels almost unreal. Legends are rarely born in the spotlight. They are forged in the quiet hours, in the discipline that no one witnessed, in the silence that guarded every step. And when the moment of revelation comes, it is thunderous not because you announced it, but because the universe itself declares it. Understand this truth. The crown does not belong to the loudest, nor to those who sought endless validation. It belongs to the ones who carried the secret like a treasure, who nurtured the seed in the soil until it grew too strong to be denied. Silence was never emptiness. It was the vault that held the process safe. And now, as the crown fits upon your spirit, the world begins to see what you always knew in your heart, that your waiting was not in vain. This is not a small victory. It is a graduation. The portal does not reward noise, it rewards mastery. It asks whether you could walk unseen until the light was undeniable, whether you could hold the fire without spilling it, whether you could trust timing more than attention. The quiet ones pass this test, and in return, the universe entrusts them with blessings that cannot be shaken by outside forces. So wear this crown not as a prize, but as proof. Proof that restraint is not weakness, that silence is not insignificance, that stillness is not stagnation. You are not behind. You were simply unannounced. And now, the unveiling carries the weight of inevitability. The crown of the quiet one is not loud, but it is unforgettable. For once it rests upon your head. No voice, no doubt, no distraction can remove it. The crown rests. The silence has spoken. And yet the journey does not truly end here. It expands. What you have walked through was not simply a portal in time, but a graduation into a higher rhythm of being. The silence you mastered in this passage is not something to abandon now. It is a way of life, a shield you will carry forward into every future victory. For portals will open again, and each one will demand the same discipline, the same trust, the same restraint. But now, you are proven. The universe has seen that you can be entrusted with power that others would squander. As you stand in this new space, notice the stillness. It is not empty, it is peace. The chaos has cleared, the clutter has dissolved, and what remains is clarity, focus, and strength. This is the runway where blessings land. The universe does not deliver gifts into storms. It delivers them into steady hands and quiet hearts. And that is what you have become: steady, quiet, ready. Remember this always. Your results will speak louder than any announcement. The ones who doubted will look back in awe. The ones who underestimated will wonder how they missed the signs. But you will know that it was the silence, the unseen hours, the discipline to wait that carried you here. Let that be your testimony. Not noise, not performance, proof. So step forward with calm authority. Carry the crown not as a burden, but as a beacon. Let others learn through your example that silence is not weakness, it is mastery. And as you walk through future portals, never forget, the quiet ones are the ones destiny crowns. For their power is undeniable and their impact eternal.